Hey, it's OXDF. It's November 30th, and that means Advent starts tonight. With it, so many fun CTFs. The Sans Holiday Hack is already running. You can check out FlagVent, which is a spin-off of HackVent. I'll include a link in the description. But this video is about Advent of Code 2025. It's hours away at this point, and in this video, we'll cover how to join in, changes to the format this year, AI, kind of the elephant in the room, and how I'll be approaching it. Advent of Code is a set of annual programming challenges that release daily in December. You solve them, you get stars. They're typically 25 challenges, but this year they're going down to 12. So they'll be releasing December 1st through 12th. I'm not sure how that affects the total star count, if we'll still try to be getting to 50 stars, just more per day, or if we're just going to stop at 24. We'll find out together. The interface, let me show you real quick what the interface looks like. So this right here is, my calendar for the year. You can see there's 12 on there. There's a countdown showing me when it's going to start. If we go back and look at some of the previous events, we can see, so the picture fills in as you fill the calendar. If we go to day one, you can see each day is going to have two parts, and it's going to show you a story. It's going to give you some example data. It's going to show you how to work through that example data. And then it's going to give you kind of the answer for the example data, as well as some your personalized puzzle input. It's not personalized per person, but there's 20 different instances of it, enough that it's kind of not easy just to share answers. And when you have to implement the algorithm such that it works on the example, and then you run it on your personal input, and you get another answer. I've already solved this one, so you can see that I can't see it. But once you solve it, you unlock part two. And part two is often taking what you've already done and going further. A lot of times in the harder levels, you'll have to something where if you had implemented it more of a brute force way or not the cleanest algorithm, it might work in part one, but in part two, all of a sudden you have to do it a million times. And so it wouldn't work anymore. So part two is here as well. You can see my answer here. And then I got 2 gold stars at the end. Another thing we can note here, let's see, I'll open my puzzle input here in a new tab. And if we go back here and look at, this example data is 6 by 2. If we go look at the puzzle input, it's much bigger numbers. So it's going to be, the puzzle input is going to be harder than the toy examples they give you. I think that's about it. We'll come back in here. AI. AI is kind of the elephant in the room. It's been a bit of drama in the Advent of Code community. People have been using AI to try to, solve in 5 seconds and take the top spot on the leaderboard. We're not playing to get on the leaderboard this year. I'm not fast enough to do that, but it does kind of stink. I would never want to use AI to try to claim a spot on the leaderboard. It feels disingenuous. It feels like cheating. It's not the point of the competition. That said, I think it's incredibly important to understand what AI can and can't do, and what that looks like today is going to be different than snapshots in the future and in the past. So my plan this year is to solve each challenge manually on my own, but then go through and say, hey, Claude, go check out the challenge. And I've got a little Claude command routine set up in Claude Code so that I can just say, hey, Claude, AOC day 23, and it will go get the challenge, the example data, solve it, submit it, and tell me how long it took to do that. And so my plan is that I'll solve it manually, and then I'll have Claude solve it, and then we can spend a little time comparing them. And where does Claude nail it? Where does it fall apart and not succeed? Does it find better algorithms than I had? Was I smarter than it? I don't know. We'll see. This will be fun. Other CTFs I'm participating in are building them with AI in mind and trying to build things that are hard against AI. Flare-on this year is a great example of many of the later challenges. You could tell they were designed to try to trip up AI. So I don't know if Advent of Code is going to do that this year or not, but something to keep an eye out for, and we'll see how long as we go. I will be solving in Python this year. I always tell myself I'm going to finally learn Go, but I don't have time this year, and maybe next year, or maybe not. I do have a 2023 video that shows how to get debugging set up in VS Code, and that's probably worth checking out if you've not set that up already. So yeah, I will say in general, midnight is way past my bedtime, so I'll typically be solving these the morning after when I wake up. But come join me. Leave a comment on my video. Tell me how you solved it differently. Something that you did better than me, that's certainly possible. Or something that I did better than you, or something you didn't think of, and something you learned. And if you're new to this, if you've not done this before, this is a great chance to learn how to program and give it a try, struggle a little bit, and then when you're stuck, go view a solution, go watch my video, understand the algorithm, close the solution, and go back and implement it yourself. And that's truly where learning happens. So There's no shame in doing that. It's not cheating. The point is to learn and have fun. So on that, I will be back tomorrow with day one. Happy Advent.